What is up, everybody? We are rolling audio here today on episode 36 of The Harder Show. How are you? I hope you've had an absolutely fantastic weekend so far. Thank you so much for tuning in and clicking that play button on part 2 of my conversation with Mr. Mav from Fear of the Unknown, the rhythm guitar player from Fear of the Unknown. Part 1 was a pretty awesome conversation. We talked about a whole kinds of bullshit. Today, we kind of focus more on how the band formed, a little bit more about each member. We also talk in depth about their upcoming album that's going to be released very soon. He kind of gives me just talks a little bit about the concept of the album and a few of the songs on there and just how the whole thing came together. Really interesting hearing about that. We also talk in depth about former band names, which is a very good kind of conversation. If you guys know anything about the history of Fear the Unknown and the names they had before, I learned some very cool, interesting things. So, very great conversation. We end the whole thing off with a little bit of talk about wrestling. So, definitely very good. Hope you guys enjoy it. I really appreciate all the awesome feedback from part 1. It got to be a pretty big episode. I was really pleased with that. Anytime I do episodes that are related to local bands or things like that, they always seem to be bigger episodes for the Harder Show. So I'm probably gonna do more of those. I'm definitely gonna do more interview type shows. I really enjoy doing them. I know that I've been contacted by some people who are nameless right now, especially one. I want to really make it a big kind of almost surprise episode because I think he's going to be a really great conversation. But if you are ever interested in being on the Harder Show, talking about literally anything, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what you want to talk about, let me know. Come on, we'll have a chat. It will be a great time. I love doing these. It's really fun. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. I mean, if you didn't, you wouldn't be tuning in. We wouldn't be up to now 9 reviews on iTunes, 9 5-star reviews, might I add. Very cool. I'm so pumped about that. Anytime I get another 5-star review on iTunes, it helps the Harder Show grow, helps us on the iTunes charts and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm here to do, but it does help, and it really kind of breathes new life in, when you go on and see, there's some good feedback in that. Anytime there's a review or anything, it always helps with that. So thank you to whoever you are. Unfortunately, I cannot see who it was. If you guys ever leave a review on the iTunes, be sure to write a little blurb so that I know who you are and I can give you a shout out on the podcast, because I really want to make sure I'm doing that. So before we get into this here, I of course want to give a shout out to my man, Mr. Jason Reese over at Jaybird Digital Arts. You guys know how much he's done for the Harder Show with the new logo, the new banners, all he did for the 30th episode live cast there. Really great guy. He does phenomenal work. If you guys need any kind of logos, you need any kind of digital art of any kind, whether it's like a album cover or stuff for your website page, any kind of advertisements, he does it all, and he does it great. Very good, affordable rates. He's a great guy. Tell him TJ sent you. I appreciate it, and I appreciate him. That's Jason Reese over at Jaybird Digital Arts. That's www.jaybird, Jaybird, digitalarts.com. You can also find him on Facebook, of course, at Jaybird Digital Arts. And just real quick, I want to give a big shout out to all the guys in Crane who just dropped their new single, Live for the Moment, just the other day on Friday. If for some reason you guys have not heard it, you need to go check it out. It is awesome. Literally, it will melt your face, but in a tasteful way. I think that's probably my favorite thing about those guys, is the fact that they have all these ripping guitar riffs and that, but it's all tasteful. And really awesome. The drums, the bass, the vocals, it's all sick. You guys need to check it out. If you are a fan of any kind of metal, you will like Crane, because they are not just pigeonholed into one specific type of metal. I really feel like their guitar work is very reminiscent of kind of a little bit of old school metal, a little bit of new school, a little bit of shred, a little bit of metalcore, dare I say. It's kind of all well into one big awesome dual guitar package. Marty and Sean are absolutely friggin' ridiculous. Mav actually says in the pocket, if it was part 1 or part 2, he said that he thinks that those guys are the best guitar players in the scene. So that's a pretty big thing, and I wouldn't disagree with him on that statement either. But big shout out to those guys. Absolutely awesome song. Again, that song is Live for the Moment. You can find it on YouTube. I shared it on the Hotter page on Friday. You can also find them on Facebook. Just type in Crane. That's Kraign. Crane. If you haven't liked their page, be sure to give that a like. Awesome song again. Awesome band, guys. Can't wait to hear more from them. Be sure to check it out. Now, without further ado, we are going to get into part 2 of my conversation with Mav from Fear the Unknown. Let's get into it. We mentioned this a little bit ago, but the band. And I have to bring this up because this is the kind of stuff people listen to the podcast for. Can you please talk to me, your old pal TJ here, about, I said it like we've known each other for like 40 years. It's been like 3 years or whatever. Talk to me about your very, very first band name. Now, not the one that starts with an N. The one before that. Do you know what I'm talking about? YouTube video we mentioned about?
Steel.
Men of Steel. Now, where exactly did that name come from?
It's going to be left unsaid who came up with the name, but we didn't have a vocalist at the time, so we were just going for instrumental band for a little bit, just messing around with stuff, and our lead guitar player, Connor Steele, was in it. He obviously, I don't really have to say much more. His last name is Steele, so we
pretty straightforward.
we did Men of Steel, just something to put out there, right? And it was like whatever. Like, I mean, I look at that, I'm like, man, that's a fucked band name. Like, hey, we're a bunch of Superman dicks, like whatever.
Men of Steel.
Hey, man, I like Henry Cavill a lot. What are you gonna do? Batman versus Men of Steel. Like,
Batman versus Men of Steel. Oh shit, I was wondering why that was. But so then from there, and now is there any band names I don't know about? Because I'm interested in this kind of shit.
You obviously know Necropolis. That was probably the biggest one.
Necropolis.
We actually went as Necropolis for a while.
Yeah. So where the hell did that come from?
We listened to a lot of different stuff, right? And that was before I got deeper into metalcore and heavier screamo music, right?
It sounds like screamo.
For all the dads and moms listening.
It's called technical, brutal, progressive deathcore grind.
Yeah. But
that's not a fucking genre. Don't look it up.
Yeah, don't.
It could be a genre. I don't know.
Porn grind is.
Porn grind. I know porn grind is. I've heard of that, but
yeah.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
Not a fan of the porno grind over here.
Nope, not my favorite.
But Necropolis. What even is Necropolis? Like what?
Necropolis is like a monument of the dead. So like almost like a cemetery, but there's like a twist where it's brutal. Like, yeah, it's like a deceased monument, and I guess it has like a little twist where it's like they're kind of living still. So like spooky stuff.
Spooky stuff.
Yeah, we thought it was kind of metal.
It's too spooky for me, man.
Like if we were like a death metal band, like we would probably open up for like Slayer. Like that's what our name was.
Necropolis. We are Necropolis, yeah. And this song is called "The Dead Are Alive." I don't know. Rating like fetus blood. I don't know.
Shit. Yeah, like we would open for like Cannibal Corpse or Slayer. Like that's like what that band name like makes me think of. Like, oh so, yeah, you guys like a lot of Slayer. Like definitely.
So you guys like what? So what was would it be fair to say that was kind of like the first version of Fear the Unknown? Kind of like the band that now exists today. Kind of started there.
Absolutely,
fair to say, because that was you, Nathan, right? It was you and Nathan.
It was myself and Nathan only. We after Men of Steel sort of split. Certain members went their other ways. And
one of them went a very specific way, and
two of them went a certain way.
That's right. What am I saying?
Yep, forgetting old pal Dom there.
Old pal Dom, because I didn't know Dom was ever in the band.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Talking about two of them went on to form
We performed "Nightmare" by Avenged Sevenfold at our talent show one year, and he was too afraid to sing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't that long ago, was it?
Just whenever Necropolis was around, that's when.
That's crazy to me because I see Dom now and he's up there and he's fucking
he's the man.
He is literally like the best frontman in the local scene, and that's a big statement for me to make.
Oh yeah.
And I know I said that to him the other day, and he's kind of just like, oh, like, thanks, bro. Like and I'm just like, dude, like you're literally like him and Connor, like they have their shit figured out. As far as what, because usually when you see local bands, it's like they're really good and tight, but like the frontman kind of needs to like figure his shit out.
Yeah, like he's good performer, but he needs the frontman edge.
Yeah.
Like
whereas both of them, they already have that shit figured out.
I'd say another really good one is definitely Aiden from Falsifier.
Fuck yeah.
He when he's on stage, he owns it. The crowd is his for the control.
Yeah, and see, I don't know Falsifier as much, but I'm starting to kind of.
Even some of the other members in the band, like you watch Colin, the guitar player, he is a great performer. He gets in the zone. Like some of the stuff he does is a little weird, like, and that just makes it that much more intense. Like he'll give himself a smack on the head or punch himself, and it's like whoa. Or like he'll lay down and he's got crazy eyes going on, and he gets up and the part hits and it's like brutal, and you're just like whoa, this is
what the fuck is going on?
They make the atmosphere present. Like, if you couldn't feel it already, it's there now.
If you can't feel this right now, brother, it's here now.
That's
the number one thing. But obviously, we were talking about band names and stuff like that. The classic one that I have to bring up, because I need to know where this name came from, who was in this incarnation of the band, who thought of this name, and where you guys are going to go from this. Because when I say this name, people are going to go, that was because you guys were a metal band, correct? When you guys had this name,
that was when we were venturing into metalcore.
Okay, now the name here is Now We Stand. Now apostrophe We Stand.
Correct.
Now when I say that, I go, that's not a bad band name by any means. It sounds like, you know, I'm gonna hear We Are Now We Stand, and this song is called Get Up.
This song's called Pizza Party.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like this like cool like pop like core metal pop, what the fuck?
Pop punk.
Pop punk, that's what I was trying to say. And it's like I'm like, cool, I can dig it. So I was like, so like they're like pop punk now. And then you'd like come in the store like, yo, check out this riff, and it'd be like this brutal riff, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So who thought of that name? I need to know. You need to point the finger at something.
Our first vocalist, Tim Skrepnik, he was a friend of mine that I had known from Curtis. I met him, and he went to my school for a little while, and I was just like, hey man, like, you sound like you're good at vocals, like when we're hanging out. And he was like, yeah man, like, I was like, yeah, like, why don't you come over and like try out for my band, like we'll see how it goes. Like we practiced a couple songs, and like he needed some work and stuff, but like he was good. Like you could tell that he would get better, just like we did with Connor. And we were thinking of names, and like they did Now We Stand. We just did a bunch of names, and we're like, well, I mean, this one's probably the best one, like, out of the other ones.
What were some of the other ones? You remember them? Or?
There was one that I really liked, but we sort of canceled it because, well, some members didn't like it, and because there's another band that sounded like it. There's a band called This Is Death Valley.
Okay, yeah.
I really like those guys. Shout out to This Death Valley.
Yeah, fucking This Is Death Valley are sick.
What up, Ryan Claxton? But
he's a good dude.
He's a great dude.
Good dude.
He's got the blast game on point.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
But one of the names that I thought of, I'll take credit for this, was This Is the Second Death, and it relates to the lake of fire in the religious term. It is where after you die, you go into a hell or a purgatory, right? And they throw your soul into a lake of fire, more so. And I heard that from a For Today song called I think Dead to Rights. And I heard This Is the Second Death, and I'm like, that's a pretty
This is the
name.
Second Death. That's pretty sick, but it's like I could see This is Death Valley. This is the Second Death. I'd be like, really? Come on, dude.
And
What
This
are you
Is
doing?
Death Valley is like one of the most known bands around here for sure. Like before I even listened to metal, like hardcore, that kind of stuff, like I saw stickers for This Is Death Valley around, and I heard about them, and like people wearing their shirts, and I was like, damn, like now I know these guys, and like I talk to them and stuff, and like we've played with them, and it's like, that's just awesome.
Oh, it's sick for sure. So that was the Now We Stand. I remember when you guys put up that name on Facebook, you had those pictures, and like Man, people were roasting you guys. Like, later we sit,
Yeah. Now we stand, later we sit.
Oh, I was like, dude, what the fuck? I thought it was so good, but then you come out with the final band name change, Fear the Unknown.
That's all Connor right there.
Yeah, and that's sick. So what, talking about Fear the Unknown, how did you kind of formulate the band into what it is now, and kind of decide on members and maybe talk about each member and all that kind of stuff, what they bring to the table and that? Because I know all the guys in the band now. Obviously, I know two of you a whole hell of a lot more than the other guys, or three of you.
Yeah, of course.
But, I'm just curious about this kind of thing. I'm sure inquiring minds would like to know.
Cody was the first member we recruited.
That was just you and Nathan, sorry, when you were...
Yeah, me and Nathan recorded a whole demo of a song on our own, and me doing bass and both guitar parts, and then Nathan doing drums. Mm-hmm. That song has been changed a little bit and is now on our new record.
Really, that's sick. I remember you showing me that.
This song's called Underdog. That's what it's called now. It used to be called Out of Luck, and that was just like a basic idea that we had. Another song that we wrote back then that's been changed a hell of a lot is called Redeemer now. It used to be just track 1 because we didn't have a name for it.
Those are the best, though.
Yeah.
Or have stupid names like Metallica. This is called Flamingo Dance. Lords of Summer.
Or any old Devil Wears Prada song. You got like goats on a boat, or dogs can grow beards all over.
Dogs can grow beards all over.
Reptar, King of the Ozone. It's funny. There's a video of the vocalist Mike Ranica and a couple of the other members going like, "Why the hell did we name our song Reptar, King of the Ozone? What is our problem?
What were we thinking?
Yeah,
we were probably high."
I don't know, man. They're super Christian.
Oh really?
Oh, I didn't know that. Hella Christian.
Interesting.
It's weird. Like, a lot of my favorite bands are Christian metalcore bands. Like Fit for a King, Christian. For Today, Christian. Devil Wears Prada, Christian as hell. Memphis May Fire. Like, I wouldn't say Memphis May Fire is a favorite band of mine anymore, but they were like definitely an OG band when I was getting into.
Yeah, for sure. So would you say it's safe to say that Fear the Unknown is definitely a Christian band?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. That's what I figured. I figured that the swearing and pit mongering and stuff was just a sign that you guys were full on.
Yeah. I don't think anybody in the band is really religious. I know, certain members have a certain a view on it that's a little more intense than others, but there's other people that are just neutral, like myself. Mm-hmm. Not sure. Just whatever. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to get into religious debate here on the Hot Show. But
for sure. Yeah.
I understand, and I know the one member of your band who is very vocal on his opinions on things.
Oh yeah, look at his T-shirts.
Yeah, just look at his T-shirts. It's all right there. But obviously, you maybe talk a little bit about so you guys came. It was you, Nathan, and Cody. And why'd you guys decide to kind of bring Cody in? What can you tell me about Cody?
We wanted somebody that could bring a more intense and more technical aspect to the band. At the time, I couldn't play or write too much intense stuff, stuff that had a great structure, right? But I don't know. I figured hey, it'd be good to have a solo guy on there, right? It'd be cool.
Oh, for sure.
What I can't play, we'll have him do while I'm doing something else, right? And
what's missing? Let's fill that
exactly
up, for sure.
Yeah, what I can't bring, we'll get him to do it, and he did that well. We started off. That was still when we were in the border between being metalcore and thrash, so we just called ourselves thrashcore. And
thrashcore.
And honestly, I'm pretty sure it's a thing. I just thought I made it up at the time, and I honestly think it might be a thing.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
But yeah, it was just that thrashy feel. There's this band called Forearm that I saw open for Gojira and Slayer, and I would identify them as thrashcore. It's almost like Trivium. Trivium has a thrashy feel in some of their songs, but they also just have some that are a metalcore song. In Waves is a perfect example.
Oh, for sure.
In Waves, that whole that dan it diddle
very thrashy, but metalcore. At the same
you
time.
got that pace,
the bop.
Yeah, the just the chug, right? It's like anytime I hear a chug, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like chugs. Chugs are great.
Core.
Yeah,
It's core.
It's core.
Core.
You got the core.
Core.
If you got the core, then if you got a chug, then you can put core in your name.
Core. That's Corey Mole from Beyond the Wall. Corey.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Corey, and we play Corey. My name is Kate Core. We play Corey.
Beyond the core.
If he is Beyond the Core. If he's listening, he'll get a kick out of that. But so you guys, you recruited Cody.
Yep.
To bring some intensity in and lead his lead prowess.
Yep.
That kind of thing.
After that is when we got our first vocalist. It unfortunately didn't work out after a little while. I won't elaborate on that, but we found Connor. Actually, I started hanging out with a bunch of different people. Like I just got in with a different friend group in the summer. One of the summers that we were just sort of after we got Cody, and my friend Lexi, she knew this guy named Connor that kind of like knew like kind of how to scream and like do stuff. Like he'd do lows and he'd like scream along to music that he liked. But at the time, I'll admit he wasn't the best, but I saw something. Like I was like, you know what? He can write, and like he's shown me some of the stuff he's written, and he's got the influence, and like I definitely can see that he's a pretty hyper guy sometimes. Like
yeah. Anytime I've met him, he's been very like.
He's like excited to talk to people.
He's all like happy. He's a good dude.
Yeah,
like Connor.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Just kidding. He's a fucking cock. But
I was waiting. I was like, "There's no way." He's like, "Yeah, he's a nice guy." I'm like, "Kate, you can't be so politically correct. Like, come on." I think I was a little dude before the show. A little segue here. Before the show, I said to Mav, "Listen,
disclaimer."
So you can say basically whatever you want, but don't say whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like there are certain things that we just can't talk about on the podcast, and that's just no really vulgar jokes as far as involving certain things that your generations like to joke about. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
But
if anybody knows my kind of humor, it's exactly what you think it is.
It's bad. It's very bad. But at the same time, I have a horrible sense of humor as well. So it's
I like to cross myself after I make those kind of jokes, so it's okay. It kind of X's out each other, you know.
Oh god! But obviously, I was waiting for you to kind of drop that bomb there. Yeah. And I was getting as a fucking cock, and I'm like, oh shit, there it is. It's the pop of the night. That's like John Cena returning worthy pop right there for me. So, but we'll
hustle, loyalty, respect, player.
Absolutely. So you guys recruited Connor. I can't see you. Give me the little can't see me sign. So
shit, should have left my camel pants at home.
Ah, shit. So you guys recruited Connor, saw some potential in him.
Yeah, we brought him to a practice, and I sort of had a song written out, Termination. It was originally labeled 242 or just something. I honestly don't remember what the other one was, but it was in the light of my grandmother's passing, and I think that was what sealed it. So technically, my grandma made me more metal.
Technically, my grandma made me more metal. Hey, man, that's
Termination. Like that's the song, right? Like everybody knows that one. And I just wanted to write something that had a lot of aggression, and it has that feel. It's like you can feel when it gets in. It's like building, and then it hits, and it just doesn't stop from there. And like it's not the most crazy intense song, but like
it doesn't need to be.
It does have a level of intensity. It has the atmosphere of it's a little darker, and I thought we were gonna make the lyrics something to do with my grandmother's passing, and I just said we'll save it for a different song. I want this. I like your idea better about with the concept, and that we just ran with it. And whenever we play that song, I'm just like, yo, homage to my G-Ma.
Yeah, man. have the song about your grandma be maybe a little more maybe the ballad from Fear the Unknown. Maybe,
we actually Nathan and myself, we actually have one that's in the making. It's not quite a ballad, but like you could relate it to Recover.
Yeah. Recover, of course, by Out of My League, a song that we both very much love. Big shout out to Out of My League.
Yep, love
we
those
both
dudes.
consecutively love that band as much. You actually filled in for a show. That's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself a lot that night. Although I had some technical difficulties setting up Taylor's gear as we were getting ready. It was a stupid thing. It was literally just one thing that wasn't plugged in that I couldn't find because I currently don't use a lot of pedals, if not at all, and Taylor uses a lot. So I think I did all right. We did have to drop one song, but it was a good night. We had a lot of fun, and I was told that I did pretty good, even by people in the crowd standing there, like in between songs, like doing a good job, Mav. And I was like, thanks. Like,
Thanks,
Steven Scott and
just
Personal.
kidding, you fucking suck, Steven Scott. Now, he correct me if I'm wrong. He was in Altercations, correct?
Correct.
Okay, Steven Scott, big shout out to you, dude. I love your SoundCloud stuff.
Love you too, buddy.
Very doomy. I dig it. Every time I hear his name, I'm like, he's the dude who was this, right? And we talk on Facebook.
He's the guy with the hair.
Shout out to Steven Scott. He's a guy with the cool hair. I met him at the Battle of the Bands. He's just like, I'm just like, you're the dude with the sick sounds on the SoundCloud, right? He's like, yeah, you're the dude with the podcast, right? I'm like, yeah, man, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Shout out to Steven. Shout out to Out of My League. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to literally everyone. I love you all in some way, shape, or form. So Connor, that's all good there. So how did Adam come into the mix? Because like you were like pretty good buddies with Adam beforehand, right?
Actually, no.
No,
I never met him in my
like
life.
someone was. I don't know what the
It
hell
was
I got.
Ali. Ali knew
yeah.
him from a band called Sky from Battle of the Bands.
That's how did I forget that? Okay, yeah. I got it.
They were like a Billy Talent Green Day cover band, and Ali just basically was talking to him, and I got a message after Battle of the Bands and went, "Yo, there's this guy that likes some Mice and Men and Bring Me the Horizon, and he plays bass. You guys should talk to him." And I was like, sold. I was like,
You're in, bro.
Yeah.
Even if he can't play, he's in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what the circumstances were. Can't play and still couldn't today.
Yeah, no. Out of all the members of Fear the Unknown, like I said, I have to say, like, I don't know Connor and Nathan as much. Adam's a good dude, man. He's a good bass player.
He's a freaking goof.
He's a goof. Came into the store one time, we're shooting the shit. I was like, man, that's a good guy. What the fuck? He's just a good dude.
I probably hang out with him aside from Nathan the most.
Yeah.
I hang out with Connor every now and then. He works a lot, and he talks to a lot of people, so he's around. He's all over the
place. He's a busy guy.
Yeah, I mean, he used to do theater as well, right? So
yeah, I remember you were like, yeah, this guy, he's got theater. Like, I remember when you were like selling me on him as a vocalist, you were like, yeah, we decided to recruit this guy, he's got a theater background, so I really feel like that'd be a good thing to bring to the band.
Well, yeah, like, how do you think he gets his, like, frontman, like, he gets into character, right? He knows how to channel that emotion to play the part, and that's one of the reasons I think why it gives us a really good stage show. I mean, I like to put my all into it, and I know the rest of the dudes do, but I think Connor is what really, he brings some of the intensity to the live performance.
And that's really, as the front man, that's what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, of course.
So it's good that he kind of brings that. So that's kind of Fear the Unknown, how you guys all kind of got together and all the members in that. You're talking a little bit about the local scene. We talk about some of the bands in the local scene that you like and kind of are buddies with, and we talk about some of your favorite shows you've done in the local scene and bands and stuff like that.
Okay.
We always talk a lot about local bands in the podcast here, so it's
right. Yeah, it's always good to support your local scene. The catchphrase of any local band.
Support your scene, bro.
Yeah. By default, I'm gonna have to say Out of My League because I mean, I love all those dudes, and I've grown closer to the ones that I didn't know previous to joining the band, but they are all real good dudes, and it's so cool to see them transform from just basically like kind of like how I feel we're doing. Like we have our just basic sort of like what we were messing around with. Like we made these songs, and we're like, man, like these are pretty cool songs. Got a good breakdown. You're like, that's awesome, right? Good hook, whatever. But when watching them find their sound on their new EP, Resented, but before they even released the EP, I've known these songs forever. I know how to play them all, listen to them, watch them, practice them, and it's just unreal. Like, they're such good dudes, and like they all have different backgrounds, just like my own band does. Like Steven, he likes a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Ambient music.
Yeah, like ambient stuff.
He likes a lot of lighter things as well, but he also likes a lot of like Rise Against and like Billy Talent and stuff. And I think everybody in that band likes Billy Talent, because how do you not like Billy Talent? If you don't like Billy Talent, you're retarded. Billy Talent's awesome. But then Como, or Taylor rather, I call him Como because, you know, he's Como, but he likes just sort of, he's like, we're the same guy in our bands. Like, he likes like the bass, the heavy stuff. Like he likes pop punk as well, but he listens to a lot of Day to Remember, Mice and Men, Bring Me the Horizon, Linkin Park, and then you got Dom. Dom, his favorite band was Billy Talent for a while, and it probably still is. But we listened to a lot of Slipknot, and he brought like that. Like his vocals kind of remind me of old Slipknot sometimes, just how like the way they scream and how it sounds. Ali, he was like a metalcore guy as well, and Anthony, he listens to like sort of like Steven. Anthony will listen to anything. Like, that's weird. Drummers, I feel like they'll listen to anything, because like you've got stuff like jazz drummers and stuff that are just unreal, right? Just same with jazz guitarists, just the stuff that they do. Like Cody, he's really into jazz right now, and I think he's trying to get into that and learn some of it so that he can make himself a better guitar player.
Oh, for sure.
As if he needed to.
Some of the best guitar players. Yeah, fucking. I want to make myself better. I feel like I'm not superior. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck?
That'd be like me saying I need to write better breakdowns. Like, that's just impossible.
I need to write heavier breakdowns with less strings.
Yeah. Man,
less notes.
Can I get like a guitar workshop with the old guitar players from Amur, please? Like, I need to write better breakdowns.
Better breakdowns.
But yeah, I mean, I love Out of My League. Going on to a different band, I really, really like Drag the Lake. Those guys, their old stuff
sick.
Was supposed to be like deathcore. Now they've ventured onto something I'd say more hardcore or metalcore, but they're unreal. Like Michael Hewat, his sorry if I overpronounce your last name, but
Hewat.
But he's a good dude. He's definitely got the frontman feel. Like,
for sure.
He's scary looking, but like he's just got the big jelly center once you know him. I'm not the closest with any of them. Like, I probably know Curtis the best, which is the drummer. Just talking to him and stuff. Like,
yeah, for sure.
He also pierced my ears. That was a big part of our relationship.
Bro, you pierced my ears, man.
And that was before I knew him. I texted him like, "Yo, man, like, Drag the Lake's dope. You're a good drummer," and like,
pierce my ears.
Yeah, exactly. He posted. He's like, "Yo, I'm doing some stuff at Motor City. Like, come get your ears pierced by me." And I was like, "Yeah, this is my in. You get to talk to these dudes." And sure enough, we bonded and stuff, just talking about stuff. I showed up in my Amur sweater, and we talked about them, and then saw him. He was actually at the show that I got the sweater, and we were just talking about that, and it was just shooting the shit right while he was poking my ears. And then, yeah, like, we just became buddies after that, and I see him every now and then at shows. We talk, joke around. He's like, "Hey, Mav, what's up, buddy? Like, give me a hug," and like that kind of shit. It's good. Michael, he's probably the second one I know. We can talk and stuff. I haven't talked to their guitar player much, Chris. I don't know. Honestly, he's pretty intimidating. Like, he seems really intense all the time, but like, he's definitely a good guy. Like, I know those dudes love him so much. So I mean, like, yeah, they're just really good. What else? This is Death Valley, obviously.
Yeah, they're like it's kind of a standard in the scene.
The Atheos EP is probably my favorite thing released locally ever, because I don't even know. It's just unreal. Like, the drums on the album kill me every time. Yeah. The nice little the gutturals all the time. It's awesome.
The gutturals all the time.
The breakdowns. Oh man,
it's too much.
Lungless is really good. I won't ramble on about two other bands, but I like Lungless a lot. There's a band I just recently found out about. We played with at the Hard Luck. They're called Perfect Limbs. They're like a melodic hardcore band. They're really good, and they're actually playing Warped Tour in Darien Lake.
Oh, that's sick.
They won the Road to Warped Tour show that was going on a couple weeks ago, and they won the little battle of the bands to go play in Darien Lake, and that's really good to them. So shout out to those.
That's
dudes.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, there's other good ones like Weston or Beguiler. Signifier is pretty cool. Yeah, there's too many. Allies to the Adversary. Goes on forever.
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch locally too, like even not necessarily metal bands.
I just basically was talking about metal.
Yeah, like obviously like the like you know like the guys in Crane.
Oh
like
yeah,
Crane
of course,
sick.
Crane.
I always
Totally
mention
forgot
them.
about
It's funny because like I saw Gord, right? Like 'cause I don't really know the other guys. I saw Gord.
I love Gord.
And like this is a good dude, man.
Gord's my drinking buddy.
Yeah, I like Gord. He's just a good dude because like I don't really like know him that well, but I see him and I'm like, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
And like I'm just like, dude, your band like fucking is
Melts my
your
face,
band
man.
is brutal, and he's like, thanks. I think I'm like, dude, your band like stole my soul out of my body. Like I don't even know.
The first time I saw them, I was not expecting what I saw.
Dude, yeah.
I've known Peter for a little bit, and just seeing him like actually get up there and hearing his vocals, like, because always knew he could pig squeal, and I always beg him to do it for me, just go and like just do something. And when he did it, I was like, oh, and he's doing it in song, so it's like amazing. And like I know Gord too, and it's like, man, that's awesome. Like I see Gord actually like finally getting in a band that like is progressing, and like Gord's been in bands that have written stuff and stuff before, but like he's sort of been like under the radar for a while. And Peter has always wanted a band that's like successful or like actually doing stuff right, and him actually getting this now is awesome. The rest of the dudes I didn't know prior. I kind of knew the drummer Mike because he was friends with somebody I knew, and I just heard about him. The guitar players, Marty and Sean, really good dudes. I'm better friends with them now because like we've talked and had shows
dudes,
and stuff.
And they're sick fucking guitar players too.
I'd probably say they're the best guitar players around in our scene.
I love their scene. I love their style for sure.
Sean, when he ripped, there's one song called "Live for the Moment," and he rips on that song.
Dude.
And I just honestly, I kind of shit a little bit each time.
I kind of shit a little bit.
Every time I see them, I like to watch it from different angles. Like I'll watch it from in front, and then I'll watch it from beside Mike, and then I'll watch it from the other side of the stage. Like I just like to watch that song from different spots because it's awesome, and I'm just fucking weird. So
I'm just fucking weird. Definitely, there's when I saw them, they opened up. Well, I shouldn't say they opened up. That's not really quite word to use for that. They opened up the show.
Yeah, because
the show needed to start off with a fucking bang. It was Crane, Outshine, and then Hometown Heroes.
Bit of a weird bill.
It's a bit of I was a little. I kind of said to Brandon, I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, man, it's gonna be great. And he fucking like he's not a metal guy. Like, you know, Brandon Hastings of Outshine, he's not really a metal guy.
He seemed to like our stuff. Like, when
he does. He digs that stuff. And he was really bummed he couldn't come to the Battle of the Bands because he was like, I need to see Outshine win. I need to see Fear the Unknown win. Like after last year, I'm like, they need to win. And he's like, all these bands I want to see. I want to see Beyond the Wall win, and I want to see this band win. And he's just like, man, there's too many fucking bands. Like, it's brutal. But like first time he saw Crane, he's just like, I just want to talk about Crane. I don't know why. We're just gonna talk about Crane.
Crane's dope.
He's just like, dude, like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, exactly. Like, it's good shit. But is there any more bands in this, like, in the kind of local scene that aren't like metal bands you're kind of you're a fan of, or?
Death by Carl, they're a newer band. They're good dudes. I'm friends with them. I haven't heard too much of their stuff. I haven't listened to their full stream.
I dig it.
I listened to a couple tracks and I enjoy it. I think it's cool. Like I think I'm excited to see like what they're gonna go for, right? Because every band's first thing is like that's just the initiation, and then they find it on the second or third, right?
Yeah, with their original band, they were like I feel like they like finally kind of found their sound.
Yeah.
So I'm good to see those guys.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Wes and Bishop. I'm glad to see them kind of go on
and share their new music on their old page.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, dude. That's the way to do it. I'm gonna have those guys on the podcast at some point. Shout out to Dawson and Tim and Liam Lime. Tim, I hope you're feeling better, dude. I know you had an accident.
He died.
I hope you're doing better, dude. When I did the live,
there is a God because he has been
born.
Yes.
He's been reborn.
For some reason, I just thought regurgitated.
He's been regurgitated. Oh, shit.
Resuscitated.
This is the kind of shit you only hear on the Hotter Show,
reincarnated.
folks.
There it is.
It is. This is the only kind of shit you hear on the Hotter Show. But, like, when I saw the video of him falling and, like, breaking his collarbone, I was like... I
actually cried.
Dude, I was like, oh, my God. So when I did the live cast, though, and they were like... I knew Tim... like had an accident. I didn't know how severe it was or what happened. Mm-hmm. So when he's just like, "Yo, TJ, how did you feel about the death of Tim Shear?" And I'm like,
"Wake him up."
Wait, what? Like for a split millisecond, I was like, "Tim's dead." Like I was like, I'm just like,
no,
what? Like I was
Tim's dead.
Like, I don't know Tim all that well. Like I knew him when he would come around with Mason and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like.
Hashtag wake Tim up.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the what? And then like I'm like, oh, okay, like it's a joke. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
But no, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. That's rough.
He was at I saw him a couple days ago, and he doesn't have his cast on anymore.
Oh,
so.
cool.
Yeah,
shit.
Still hurts though. I punched him in the arm, and he didn't like it.
Oh, what the fuck? Why'd you do that, you dick?
I'm a dick.
I'm a dick.
I'm an asshole.
Oh, literally, I'm an asshole. I'm just gonna make a T-shirt that just says like "Mav" and it's gonna be a picture of an asshole.
Oh God, I don't think I'll be able to wear that anywhere except
Fear the asshole.
Fear
the asshole.
Jesus.
Oh shit, asshole the unknown. Okay, anyway, where the fuck was I going with that?
Gotta start a trend. Beard the unknown.
Beard the unknown. I feel that Fear the Mav is so much funnier though.
But there's a backstory behind that I'm not going to talk about, and that's just what makes it terrible.
See, I don't think of that, though. I think of, like, I just picture this T-shirt, and it's just Fear the Mav, and it's just a picture of your face going, that face you make. Because, like, I remember, like, one of your last days of co-op. That fucking sound.
I forget. I haven't done those.
I heard that sound every fucking day for, like, a semester. I wanted to strangle you every day.
Me fucking bullshit. Take a bit of pick and peel and I put them in your ass.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Those fucking sounds.
Throwback.
But like, just literally, like picture this shirt. It's like it's just this Fear the and then your face. Because it could go either way. But it's just like I think of it and I'm like, man, it's so funny. But like, I don't think of the backstory.
That's a tasty meme right there. That is a good meme.
That's a damn good meme. See, like that's the license to print money, though.
I like what you brought to the table with that meme, TJ.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like that's what I do. I'm an entrepreneur. You know, podcast host, entrepreneur,
/ meme god.
/ meme god. Oh shit! But obviously talking about local bands and stuff like that. So you said Death by Carl. Mm-hmm. Is there? Anyone else, or that's it? Just Death by Carl. There's a lot.
Forsaken Empire was pretty cool. Hometown Heroes is pretty sweet too. Like, they're a fairly new band, so I wasn't setting the bar super high for them, but they both raised it to where I would normally expect a band that I've never seen before, like not knowing anything.
Oh yeah, they were sick.
My buddy Zach and Mason are both in Hometown Heroes, and they were, I think, the first band of the night. And I just remember walking into Battle of Bands, like out of the dressing rooms inside, and I look and I'm like, oh shit, it's Zach's band. Went up there, I'm like, damn, like these guys are, I like these guys. And like Zach kept giving me looks like the Zach look.
That look.
Like if you know Zach, like you know he's kind of a derpy looking dude sometimes.
He's kind of a derpy looking dude sometimes. He just gives you that Zach look. And the thing is, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I know exactly.
God damn it.
Fucking goddamn. That's it. Podcast is over.
I just crossed myself because I said, God damn it.
I had to turn the mic off for a second because the podcast was over.
Yeah.
Shit. But talking about the bands and that.
Right.
What's obviously I was there as a judge, which due to reasons I will not be a judge ever again about the bands. Nothing bad. Just I don't like criticizing shit.
Too much pressure. Yeah, too much responsibility on it.
Dude, I'm just like, I want to hang out and listen to these bands. And
yeah, what you write on a piece of paper tells a band which one wins and which one doesn't.
Yeah, it's just like, shit, I don't want to be a part of this.
Our fate was in your hands.
Well, it was in 4 people's hands, not just mine.
Mostly
it was
in a quarter of your hand.
It was in a quarter of my hand. A quarter.
Enough,
It's enough. And so obviously, there was a lot of fucking really good bands that night.
Yeah.
Like that was I said at the end of the thing when Chris hands me the microphone, I immediately realized I made a terrible mistake because I'm like, I have nothing to say. Like I'm literally just like, what am I gonna say? Because like people are gonna expect me to say something. I can't just be like, and the winner of the. So I'm just kind of like, so hey guys, so like yeah, everyone did really awesome. Like seriously, give yourselves a round of applause.
Did you actually say that?
Yeah. I'm just like everyone. Like this is like the closest battle of the bands. I swear to God. Like I know like it's cliche to say.
Like, I almost killed myself trying to do this. Like
yeah, I almost killed myself.
My life was almost taken.
Man, I was stressed out. Like you can ask Tony. Like I was like
Tony was apparently stressed out too a lot because he's got buddies with a bunch of them. So he's like, "Fuck, what do I do?"
Because like bands like Forsaken Empire, Michael, the front man of that band. I've known him for like 3 years. He was one of the students at gigs.
Yeah.
Freaking Hometown Heroes, Zach and Mason, and
me.
You obviously, and then like the Beyond the Wall guys. I love those guys to death. They're so awesome.
Oh, yeah,
and
shout
like
out to those guys, they're dope.
Yeah, fucking like, and then like there was bands like Cleopatra, who like I'd never heard them before. I didn't get the chance to talk to those guys, but like they were sick and they were unique. Band the Inside Outs, they were fucking sick. Definitely probably the most unique band of the night.
Wow.
There was tons. What do you mean? Wow. The most unique band of the night.
I thought I was pretty unique.
Nah. Generic metalcore, bro.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Too much chugging.
We're genrecore.
Genrecore. That's what I wrote on your guys' sheet. Too much chugging.
Yeah.
Not enough shred.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. No, but there was so many great bands. I know I'm forgetting some bands. I apologize. Stop This Train, who were... They were the kind of the soft band of the night.
Yeah.
In a good way. Lots of really awesome bands. So it was hard. It was very hard. Very, very harsh. I'm just going to ignore the signal Mav just gave me. But very, very good stuff. Obviously, Forsaken Empire, like I mentioned them earlier.
Crown the Empire, Forsaken Empire was really good.
Yeah, the Green Day covers were on point.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Because I just made a joke. Crown the Empire is a band.
Oh, see, I don't even like...
I bug Evan about it because he's in my music class, and I go, yo, Crown the Empire? And he goes, no, Forsaken Empire. I was like, oh, well, Crown the Empire is pretty good.
Crown the Empire is pretty good. I'm going to...
He just walked away after that.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm going to have Michael on the podcast at some point. Going into the room... I talked about this all on the Battle of the Bands podcast, which you can go back and listen to. It was episode 31. Yeah, 31.
You memorized that?
Hell yeah, dude.
Damn. Got
to be able to plug shit, man. That's what it's all about on the podcast.
Oh, for sure.
67 listens at this point, not including on YouTube and iTunes. So, it's I'm rubbing my gut as I say that for some reason. I don't know why. That's weird.
Just gives you that warm feeling.
Just gives me that warm feeling in the pit of my gut. It's just a good time. But,
couple of good old boys.
Drinking
some sody pops. Drinking a couple sody pops.
Fair enough.
It's all good. Don't even worry about it.
I'm not going to. I'm just going to move on with what I was going to say. But the Battle of the Bands, it was a good night, but it was especially like going into that room. I said to you guys after, I walked in there and I had two things. One of two bands is going to win this event.
Yep.
And I'm not leaving this room until that happens. I didn't say that, but I'm like, this is what's going to happen. It's either going to be Beyond the Wall or Fear of the Unknown. And that's just how it's going to go. Either one I will be happy with. Because the first prize and the second prize were like, as far as I'm concerned, they were like pretty fucking good both. So I was like, fucking, and it was like, everyone was like, so Fear of the Unknown were fucking awesome. I'm like, yeah. Beyond the Wall fucking awesome. Yeah. So like, who wins? I'm like, the
fucking shit if I know, man.
I was just literally like, I will not choose. So
I was pretty confident that we would win that night.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that Beyond the Wall, like, that they got to win, if anybody, right?
Oh, for sure. Like, it's and I mean the second place prize, like that's a sick prize.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
The PA system, like that's cool stuff. So I mean, it's funny. Like afterwards, I was kind of like, God damn it. Like, all these like people, like I was worried all these people were gonna come up to me and be like, so why didn't we win? And I was just gonna be like, don't ask me, I love you. Like, no, I can't do it, man. Fucking, but no one really.
It's hard to be a friend and to judge at the same time. Oh,
dude, it was like Zach. I think it was Zach. He's just like, I was like, what would you like recommend we do next time? And I'm like, nothing. You guys were great. Like, oh fuck. Like,
So why didn't we win then?
like he didn't say like Zach's cool, but I was just like, man, like, oh, it was hard, man. It was hard on me. I was just like, I know so many, and I told the Chris too. I'm like, I can't be impartial.
Yeah.
I can't. Like, there's bands that are gonna perform, and I'm just gonna go, oh, that's it, they win.
Yeah.
But there's so many good bands, and
yeah, for real.
it was hard. It was a good night. There was a lot of awesome talent that night, but that was a hard fucking night.
Yeah.
That was a hard night.
I was hard that night.
You know, try to run a family show around here.
No, you're not.
You're making jokes like that.
Look, you drew the line, and that was under the line, so I'm going as far as I can.
Oh shit! For the rest of the podcast, you can say whatever you want. I give you full reign. You can say whatever.
Are you
want.
sure?
Yeah, I'll edit it out if it's that bad.
9/11 was an inside job.
Oh, for fuck's sake! The Hotter Show does not condone anything or necessarily agree with anything that is said for the rest of this podcast or previously. Thank you. Little disclaimer in there because you never know who's listening. So we've talked a bunch of bullshit. Talked about how we met. Talked about band. Talked about this and that, music, all kind of shit. A couple more questions I have for you. That
Sweet.
Number one, do you have a favorite song in Fear the Unknown's repertoire?
Absolutely. It's one that you guys probably won't hear recorded for a while because it's a new song, but the song is called Mortal, and it is what we open with now for a little while.
Tune.
Thank you very much. We put a lot of work into that song. That was the song that we wanted to break our old style and bring something new to it so that people would be able to listen to it and then sort of go, well, like, damn, like, we'd be like, this is a new song, and when people listen to it, they'd be like, wow, like, I can totally tell, like,
yeah, for sure,
show the contrast, like, show that we can grow and do other things, right? That's why we like to play Glass House all the time near the end of the set, because people are just like, they aren't sold yet, they're like, oh, just basic metalcore band, like, yeah, they got some breakdowns, pretty cool, some nice screams, and then we play Glass House, and it just puts the diversity in the set, right?
Oh, for sure.
Totally stops the atmosphere. I wouldn't say it takes down the mood.
No, not at all.
I would just say it lowers it a tiny. I would say that it minimizes it for a second and then brings it back.
Oh, it totally brings it back. That's a good tune. I always dig that tune when you guys play it.
It slows the pace down and a little bit.
Just enough.
It's like a song for people to just chill. It has a heavy part, but then it's mostly chill for a while. It's like, look what we can do, but look what else we're also good at. Mm-hmm. And Mortal definitely has the diversity of bringing the soft parts of Glass House and the heaviest parts of any other song we've ever written.
Oh, for sure.
That's definitely why it's my favorite song.
That's your favorite. That's cool. Do you have one that is a favorite to play live, or is it the same song? Is it still Mortal, or?
Mortal is probably my favorite song to play live, along with Snakeskin or Termination.
Yeah, I like Snakeskin. That's good. That's a good fucking tune. You guys need to get this EP out so I can rock out to it.
Oh yeah,
we can play it here on the Harder Show.
For sure. Yeah.
Do you have any kind of like dream places you want to play one day? Like as far as like anywhere in the world?
I've always wanted to play Las Vegas. I mean, every time you see a Las Vegas show, it's always so overhyped and it's so huge, right? Mm-hmm. Also wanted to play Albuquerque because lots of Breaking Bad shit there, and I love Breaking Bad.
Lots of Breaking Bad shit there.
Falsifier is currently on a U.S. tour.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, all the dudes from that band, like, also, yeah, Falsifier, they're sweet. I don't know how I didn't think of them earlier. They are on a U.S. tour right now with, I think, Filth, and I can't think of the other bands, honestly, I'm sorry, but, yeah, they stopped by Albuquerque, and they did a bunch of sightseeing, went to Walter's house.
Oh, that's sick.
They went to Gus's Chicken Store, Los Polos Hermanos, I believe it's called. Mm-hmm. And can't remember where else they went, if it was Breaking Bad, but I would definitely go to a lot of different places from Breaking Bad. And it's just New Mexico. It seems like a really cool, chill, deserty kind of place, right? Just, it would be fun. And definitely Japan. I know that's a big one for Connor. He just wants to go overseas and go somewhere that's totally out of our ballpark.
Yeah, you'd be like almost uncomfortable in a way.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
In a good way.
If we were huge, I think that would like say we become a big band or something, or big in our scene, right? Like we get signed by Simard or Rise Records or something, just hypothetically, and go over there in Japan and get all these people that don't even speak our language but listen to our music. It's like, that's awesome, right? It's like a band called Crossfaith. They come from over there and people here love them. I caught them at Warped Tour near the end of their set, and man, they're really good, and people just were like, wow, like they
yeah, this is sick.
It was almost like they were an American band or something, right? They knew all the words, and it was like, that's awesome, like crazy.
Oh, absolutely. Is there any kind of bands like that you, aside from obvious bands, kind of dream bands you'd love to play with one day that you haven't yet? Or
well, I'm gonna say the obvious ones like Fit for a King. I would say anybody that knows me, they've probably seen me wear a Fit for a King merch or a piece of Fit for a King merch at least once or two.
You currently
pieces.
are wearing a hat.
I actually, yeah, wearing two pieces. I've actually rolled around with my hat and my sweater or windbreaker on at one time before.
Full Fit for a King, fit for a Mav.
Yeah.
Fit for a Mav.
I'd love to play with Four Today. Out of my league, actually did play with Four Today, and I kind of cried, but it was a great time getting to
for sure
see my buddies play for them, and then getting to see them. Right, it was a great time. I've seen them about 3 times now. Fit for a King, they're really good dudes. I talk to them every time they come around. I think I've seen them 4 or 5 times now. Really, really good guys. They're one of those bands they're Christian and they believe it deeply, but they would never push it on anybody.
Oh, for sure.
For Today is a little different. They in middle of their set, the vocalist does like a little preachy kind of thing, but it's like they're like it's before they go into a heavy song, and like the song Pariah or Seraphim, and it's like pumps you up. It's
for sure.
He's saying like, I'm living proof that God is real. I had a dream that seemed unaccomplishable, and look at here, I'm standing here right here in front of you. Look at what it can happen.
Oh,
he
for
is
sure.
real. He just goes on about stuff, and honestly, it's that moment like that I'm like, man, fuck yeah, God.
Fuck yeah, God.
I am Christian now. I love this shit. That's awesome. Fuck yeah. And like, yeah, it's just a little different. Fit for King, they're really good dudes. And Devil Wears Prada, for sure, I'd really want to play with. I think that would be unreal, just because they all seem like nice guys and really good dudes to tour with or something. Yeah, I mean, Acacia Strain would be cool, or Muir, because I look up to those dudes and I really like them as well.
Fit for an Autopsy.
Really good guys. I've met them a couple times, and one of the guitar players is in his early 40s, I believe, and I honestly,
really,
yeah, it's nuts. Patrick, he's probably one of the guys I talk to the most. He's really nice. He seems really intense. Like, he doesn't show a ton of emotion. Like, I'd be like, hey man, can I get a picture with you? He'll be like, yeah, sure. Like, be straight face. He'd be like, yeah, sure. Like, whatever. And then I'll put a hand on it and be like, and then like when I'm leaving, he's like, thank you so much for coming. Like, it means a lot to me. And I'm like, yeah, man, like, awesome. Like,
yeah,
sign my shit, please.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
That's one thing that's like, when people are like coming up to you, yo, sign my shit, what's up, can I get a picture with you? It's like it's gotta be weird. I feel like that's something that like you can never really prepare for. Like, I know
it's happened to Connor. I've never.
Oh, has it?
We don't have anything to sign.
Well, sure, yeah.
Now
yeah.
we do, like a shirt, but like nobody really gets their shirts signed because they're just a local and they just wear their shirts. But he's been asked for pictures and stuff. Like, we've taken pictures with some people, but he's been asked for autographs and stuff, and like that's kind of crazy. Like, we're just a local band. Like, I don't know if I'd ever ask for an autograph from a local band, just because that's the way I feel about it.
I can't say anything because I have.
Yeah.
I have my Resented EP signed by the band, except for Taylor because he left.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, just in case they get huge, right?
Oh, dude, I'm selling that shit.
OG,
100%.
yeah.
I'm selling that shit. Same with Outshine. I have a bunch of their stuff signed. I'm selling that shit right away.
Yeah, we'll be up next.
I'm going to make some fucking money off this. But that's all. So definitely some cool bands play with all this cool stuff. Talk about the music and shit like that, guitars, whole bunch of horse shit, a little bit about gigs and that. But something we have not talked about yet, just kind of as if we're getting ready to kind of roll into the end here. Unfortunately, 'cause this has been a good time. This has been a good time. I want to ask you one question. Who is your favorite wrestler?
Holy moly.
Because you and me would talk wrestling once in a while. I know you're a big wrestling fan.
Oh, yeah.
And I say wrestling because I'm just kind of in that mood. But
You're feeling frisky.
I'm feeling just this wrestling, brother.
Yeah.
Do you shoot?
You jacked up. Oh, man. Then again, it's the same with bands. I separate them. Like, there's my favorite current wrestlers.
So like say currently, who's your favorite wrestler? Like who's active currently on TV?
Like 3.
Yeah, give me as many as you want.
All right. I really like the members of the Shield. Like, I liked them when they were Shield, and then I like them as their own guys. Seth Rollins, I know he's pretty over with like the crowds and like the fans and everything, and like, but he's definitely my least favorite. I just kind of don't like him, and like, I feel like he'd be a good guy to meet, but like, I really like Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. I like Dean Ambrose because he's crazy. He's like, to me, he's like modern day Mick Foley, but with like a different approach on it. Like, he's just that guy that's like, he'll show up, do crazy stuff. Like, an ambulance will pull up and he'll come out of the back of it. That actually happened, and like, does the crazy giant elbow drops out of the ring onto somebody, right? It's like just something like that not anybody on the roster would do, right?
Oh, for sure.
I like Roman a lot, Roman Reigns. People fucking hate him, but I like him. He looks freaking sick in that vest and that Superman punch. God, I love that.
I'll knock you unconscious, son.
Yeah. Aside from them, I've always loved Randy Orton and the Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys will always be a special place in my heart for them. When I was a young lad.
Young Mav.
Yeah.
You say that as you're like 17.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, when I was a young lad, when I was like 15.
When I was a younger lad.
A younger
Let's
lad.
go, a beardless lad.
A beardless
so
lad.
You know it goes
there you
back.
Go. There you go. That was a few years ago.
It was definitely the Hardy Boys and The Rock for me. I always loved seeing The Rock just talk. Even if he wasn't wrestling, just seeing him talk. If he talked, it was like, he embarrassed anybody. It's like, hey, like, what's your name? It doesn't matter what your name is. It's like, damn, like, that's awesome. Like,
damn, son.
Yeah, like, he's doing this on live TV. Like, that's jokes. Like, that's hilarious. Like, that's awesome. And then he'll go and be a good wrestler. Like, he's not just some jackass, like, when they try to push just some random heel for a while to get his ass kicked, right? Just like a mid-carder or early carder, right? But, like, yeah, he's the man. And he's literally good at anything he does. He's good in movies, like he can sing a little, like he's pretty good at it. He can play guitar. He's not in the music business really, but like he can do it. He's definitely a great wrestler.
Yeah,
mentions that last, but
he's a good wrestler, I guess. You know, he's all right.
The Hardy Boys, as for them, I think it's shock value for them. Jeff Hardy would do anything
dive off anything
for those fans. He would jump off anything to make them go, holy shit. Like, the ladder match DVD, that you give me that, I'm good. Like, give me that, like, the ladder matches, Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, and that the way they contrast off each other, and that one of my favorite moves is the one where they do the double, like, jump off into the guy. One, Matt does the crossbody, or no, Matt does the leg drop and then Jeff does the crossbody, and I'm like, man, that's just so cool. They do the double Hardy Boy signals, and then they jump off. Yeah. I hate to say this, but I love John Cena. I just love him.
There's nothing wrong with John Cena.
But it's just like, it's like the cliche thing. It's like, he's the inner Sandman of wrestling. He's definitely like, he's like
the inner Sandman.
Yeah.
I didn't really catch that at first. I'm like, he's the inner Sandman of wrestling. Like, he's the Black Album of wrestling.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, he's the haircut. He's the Metallica haircuts of wrestling.
The Metallica haircut of wrestling.
Yeah, he's like the new Hulk Hogan, I guess. He's like the guy that you're supposed to like. But then, what happened to Hulk Hogan? Freaking
holy shit.
Yeah.
Whew. A whole bunch of bullshit happened
another
there.
Day, yeah.
That's another day. So who is like your favorite like old wrestler, like someone from like way back in the day, if you had to pick someone?
Bret Hart
Yeah.
or Macho Man.
Bret Hart and Macho Man. Well, the heel Ryan Wood would enjoy the Bret Hart.
That's his guy.
That's his guy. But yeah, Macho Man is one
Well,
of the best.
shout out to Woody. What up, boy?
Shout out to Woody.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's listening, but he should be because he should listen to all the podcasts. 'Cause he knows
Stone
he's not there.
Cold too. Can't forget about
Of
Stone
course,
Cold.
Stone Cold. Do you listen to the Stone Cold podcast?
I've heard one or two.
Yeah, you should. It's good stuff.
I feel like I would enjoy it because sugary dog shit. Those 3 words him said out of his mouth is just awesome.
If I went to the bar and ordered this, I'd call it that red pile of shit.
Stone Cold being able to swear is just amazing. Like you see, his thing on wrestling was like you could tell that he just wants to drop an F-bomb every now and then, but like you never really
Man, fuck a motherfucker.
Yeah, like his sign is middle fingers. Like
Have you seen the or heard of the Camp WWE thing?
No.
It's like this like adult cartoon, kind of like South Park.
Uh-oh.
But it's like the WWE wrestling characters when they were kids, and they're at this camp run by Vince McMahon. Dude, it's fucking ridiculous. Because Stone Cold Steve Austin, he's like this little Hellraiser kid. He just flips everyone off.
Oh my god.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Sounds like it.
Absolutely. Fuck. Like I said, we're getting ready to wrap this up here. It's been good talking to you. I just have one more question for you.
Okay.
Favorite fast food joint?
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Give me a moment. Fast food joint, period.
You had to pick one. This is the only fast food you can eat for the rest of your life.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
It was a close second and third for Taco Bell and Harvey's. Those places just, they melt Mav to the bone.
They melt Mav. They melt Mav to the bone.
They will also kill me because the
also
ghost pepper poutine and that shit from Wendy's is going to make me die. I'm going to go into a diabetic coma if I go any further with this.
Oh, shit. Well, I think that's a good place to end this off here.
Diabetic coma.
Diabetic
pretend
coma.
I died, and that's
We'll
the way
just
the
pretend
podcast
Mav died
ended.
in diabetic coma, and we'll have him on the show again, I'm sure, at a later date. And all that.
Get the homies on here, you know?
Oh, well, eventually, I just have all you guys on, but, like, I want to start off with 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
And kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Like I feel like just having, like, say, like, if it was, like, just, like, me and, like, Nathan, that just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know Nathan
Be
well.
like, so, Nathan, who's your favorite wrestler?
Juan Cena. Like,
I don't watch.
what is
watch
wrestling? Yeah, what is wrestling?
Funny story, actually. The only time Nathan's ever watched wrestling, other than when I forced it upon him at times I've been over at his house, was his dad flipped it on for a second and went, "Well, that's fake," and turned it off. And that was the only time he's ever watched wrestling.
Wow. Fake, turn it off.
It was like just
Brutal.
Yeah, and Nathan said he recognized it as like Stone Cold versus like The Rock or something, like a big match, and he was just like, "Well, that's fake." And just turned it off, watched hockey or something.
Well, that's fake.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh boy. Oh well, that is that. We're gonna wrap this up here, Mav. Thanks so much for coming out and hanging out with me.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you down the road.
Yep, for sure.
Get that fucking EP out.
Oh yeah, we're working pretty fucking hard at it, and yeah, we're gonna do our best to get that out there. It's definitely a process to try and the intros are gonna be the death of us, but we'll get them
make
done.
it happen. You maybe give the hottest show an exclusive listen when that happens. Fuck.
Yeah, well, maybe get a little sneak sneak. Get on that good, you know.
All right, guys. So that was part 2 of my conversation with Mav from Fear the Unknown. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I really had a lot of fun recording that with Mav. Like I said in the podcast, he was really the first quote unquote kid I really got to know from the Bowenville scene and that when I was working at Gigs Music. So always kind of have a bit of a soft spot for old Mav. If you want to get sentimental about it. Good kid, and I'm really looking forward to Fear the Unknown's album that's going to be coming hopefully very, very soon. I will keep my my ear to the ground for that for you guys and let you know the second I know anything. Mav kind of promised he might give me a little sneak peek for the podcast at some point. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I didn't hold him to it or anything, but we will see what happens. Be sure to check Fear the Unknown and on Facebook. I will make sure I link them in on this podcast. Awesome band. Can't wait to see what they do with their career. And I think Fear the Unknown is a much better name than Now We Stand. No offense, but that's my opinion. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it, no matter what medium you're listening on, whether you're on the SoundCloud, whether you're on the iTunes, whether you're on YouTube. You know that there are 3 ways to listen to The Harder Show, each one with its own benefits, depending on how you look at it. Of course, you've got the SoundCloud, browser-based, very easy to use, all audio. There's no video or anything. It doesn't take up a lot of data on your phone if you have to use data. I actually personally use SoundCloud the most for pretty much all my podcast listening that I can, especially when I listen to the Justice Show, or if I need to re-listen to a podcast for some reason, if I want to stroke my ego or be weird. Doesn't take up a lot of data in that, so very, very good. If you do listen on the SoundCloud, be sure to follow The Harder Show to keep up with everything going on. And also, fun little fact, if you have an account and you're following The Harder Show when you listen to a podcast, I can actually see that you've listened to the podcast. So I will make sure I thank you personally if you are a new listener or anything like that. Also, be sure to like the episode. That helps me tremendously. Plays are great, and I'm really appreciated anytime I get any plays at all. But likes and shares and that are the biggest thing. You know, if you're listening on the YouTube, you know to subscribe, you know to like or dislike depending on what you think, you know to comment if you have any questions, anything like that. And if you're listening on the iTunes, you know that's probably the easiest way to listen to The Harder Show. Go ahead and subscribe to The Harder Show on there, and every time I release a new episode, it will be downloaded onto your device, whether that's your phone, your iPod, your iPad, your computer. It is so easy, you don't even have to think about it. You'll just come on your computer every Thursday, Sunday, and occasionally Monday. You'll come on and go, oh, a new episode of The Harder Show. I'm going to listen to that while I do something. And that is just the best. It is the easiest way for you to sit and listen to me ramble on about random nothings, or be joined by my friends and talk about random nothings, or be joined by a special guest, whether it's Mav or Brandon Hastings from Outshine, of course, has been on the show as well. And I got lots more coming for you. So thank you all again so much for all the support. It's always appreciated. It's all been amazing. I cannot thank you guys enough for the continued support for the podcast. And with that, I'm going to sign off here and enjoy the rest of my my 2-day weekend here. But I'm going to enjoy it. Going to spend some time with my wonderful girlfriend, get some stuff done around the house. I will catch you guys on the next Thursday's episode here of The Harder Show. Till then, my name is TJ Harder. You are awesome. Thank you so much once again for tuning in, and I will catch you next time on The Harder Show. Take it easy.